on, everybody? Eddie Dowd back again with Brian Sachs. I'm a Maryland real estate agent. He's a Maryland mortgage lender, and we come to you guys every single week to talk about real estate topics. Today, a topic that is very important that you may know a lot about or you may not, but we're here for those who may not because this is what separates so many people when it comes to what you're worth, what your net worth is, what your generational wealth looks like. And that's the topic of investing in real estate. And I know that at a young age, I heard, okay, these people, this person invests in real estate, they do it like this. And it was a little, I didn't know what it was. I understood what it was, but I didn't know exactly how it worked. And it wasn't until I got older, I got more knowledge, got around the right people that I started to learn how that works. And then I obviously got into real estate myself and, continued in that and grew in it. But there was a time for all of us potentially, unless you grew up and even if your parents owned investment properties, sometimes people's family owns investment properties and they don't ever even go to them unless you're hand in hand with your father or mother in investment property that they owned. You may not have grown up around it. You might not have that education. So we're here to educate those that aren't educated on it on how real estate investing works, the different ways that you can get into it, and why it's a good idea to have something like that in your goals for your life and how it creates generational wealth for your family. Brian, I feel like I've rambled longer than I normally am, but are you still there or did you fall asleep while I was talking?
I'll just waking up, Eddie. All good.
Uh,
So, no, it's important because, we can't assume that everybody watching us understands real estate or the benefits of real estate or the benefits of investing in real estate. And even if you're seasoned, sometimes it's important to just get back to basics. So let's talk about why invest in real estate. Real estate has been responsible probably for more wealth in this country than anything else, I think. And if you look at anyone really, really, really wealthy, they own real estate. Some portion of their wealth is tied to real estate. So why invest in real estate? That's all great. You want to get rich, but how do you do it, right? So there's really, I find, Eddie, there's three sort of big umbrellas to think about. Sometimes people are buying properties, they buy them below market value, they fix them up, and they sell them for a profit. Okay, that's one model. Buy it, fix it, sell it. You buy a house for 200, you put 50 in it, you sell it for 300. Great. And we can go down the rabbit hole on all of these in other episodes coming up. But I want us to give everybody just sort of a big umbrella. So one way to do it is buy below market, fix it, sell it. Take your money, move on to the next one, right? There's also wholesaling in there where you don't even settle on the house. You buy it below market and you sell it to an investor. We're not going to talk too much about that. We'll talk about it on another episode because I know that's an area that you excel in. Um, Another reason to buy real estate is for cash flow. So think about this. You own a house, somebody else is paying the mortgage for you, which is, I mean, how great is that? And you're collecting money every month. So, there are properties that you can really get a lot of cash flow from, single family. And of course, I'm a big fan. I wrote the book, The Real Estate Loophole. So I'm a big fan of multifamily. Um, and then there's just a normal American who buys a home and pays down the mortgage as the value of the property is going up. So at some point they live really for free and have a huge asset to turn over to their family. That's how you create generational wealth. So there's no right or wrong, and I know many investors that do a little bit of everything. Okay, now I'm not an accountant. I don't play one. You've heard me say that before. I don't play one on TV. Eddie's not an accountant. He doesn't play one on TV. But the government gives you some serious tax write-offs for owning a home. You know, I guess we will get political. I don't care. Screw it. Whether you're a fan of Donald Trump or you're not a fan of Donald Trump's irrelevant. But people were accusing Donald Trump of not paying property taxes and calling and saying all sorts of bad things. Well, those people are idiots because he's smart enough to buy real estate. I was just reading an article, Eddie. I'm not talking about his politics or his behavior. I'm just talking about his business sense. Okay. But he bought a
Yeah.
golf course. And the reason he bought a golf course is because he could write off that entire golf course and use it to shelter his income so he doesn't have to pay taxes. Look, folks, if you don't pay taxes that are due, you're a fool, right? And you'll go to jail. But if you don't pay taxes because you're smart and you use real estate to shelter your hard earned income, in my opinion, you're brilliant. Why shouldn't you? As long as you're doing everything legally and above board and working the system, that's a smart thing to do. Not paying taxes that you owe, that's a bad thing to do. Okay. But creating wealth and keeping as much of your income, it's not how much you make, Eddie, right? It's how much you keep.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
so if he's able to keep it because he makes prudent real estate investments, well, that's just being smart. Not being bad, it's being smart. So there's lots and lots of reasons to invest. And I'm going to tell you that, you're all kind of blessed here because that's what Eddie specializes in. Eddie knows investment real estate maybe better than most of the agents that you'll run across. So how they reach you, Eddie?
410-588-6536. Obviously, if you're seeing this, you're seeing it on social media, most likely, unless somebody sent it to you. But if you are, you can shoot me a comment, send me a message, whatever the case may be. I'll respond to the phone call or I'll respond to the message. How about you, Brian?
443-471-8557. And honestly, folks, if you're watching this, knowledge is power. That's why Eddie and I do this show, is so you have knowledge. And if you want to increase your knowledge, call us because there's no cost, there's no obligation, and we're always more than happy to help you.
Exactly, exactly. And when it comes to investing in real estate, there is so many different topics that we can go into that this could become a investing in real estate show. But just to keep it brief, this hopefully this was educational for you guys. If you have any other questions, what is this? What is that? Feel free to leave them in the comments, and we can break into those in the future. But until next week, thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you guys this time next week.